So much going on today in the YouTube world. Where do you start? Where do you start? We have Freely the Banana Girl stealing content from teenage girls. Shame, shame, Freely, Fraudly. We have Durian Writer, up to his old. Uh, who cares? It's all about where his dick has been and who cares, and really, I don't care about that. So, we're going to move on. And I was going to touch on a few different things, but something came up that is, in my mind, much more important than all the YouTube drama. This video is pretty much for everybody with fibro, or if you know somebody that has fibro, watch, because you're going to be able to understand us a little bit more. But I've been going back and forth in comments on one of my old videos from 2014 with a gentleman named Ray Massey. And he was diagnosed recently, and that's Binks behind me, the rescue, the naughty one. Sorry. He says hi, Ray. He was recently diagnosed, and when you're first diagnosed, it's absolutely terrifying, because the life that you once had is over. And you have to relearn how to do things that used to be so easy for you and now are very, very difficult to do. My bed, I don't know if you can tell, but it is very, very high off the ground, because it hurt me too much to get up off of a low bed. So this is, you probably can't tell again, but it's a California King, huge, huge, big bed. And it's me and the cat. I know. We have lots of room to spread out. But yeah, he says, he feels like he's going crazy because it's such a quirky disease. How do you explain to people that, okay, here's a for instance. I was at a party. It was a pool party some of my friends were throwing. I made some dishes and brought them, and it was a little warm outside, and I don't take the heat very well. Many of us don't. And I was there about 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I started getting real shaky, not feeling great. And I said, I have to go. And what are you talking about? You were just fine. But that's how fast it can change. It goes that quickly to I'm feeling fine, because you're not really paying attention to all the little symptoms that are creeping up on you. And especially, like, I had gone for days and really, push, and they tell you, listen to your body. And I hadn't been. I had too much to do and didn't pay attention to all the little symptoms that were creeping up on me. One of them is I start to get real hoarse, and I'm noticing the last couple of days I'm starting to get hoarse again. Sorry. So postnasal drip a lot of times will also start, and it's kind of when all of, like, these little symptoms come together with these little symptoms, and all of a sudden I'm in a horrible flare. The first one is normally my voice. It hits my voice first, then my nose with the postnasal drip. A lot of times we're going to talk shit. I have IBS really bad right before a flare, and I'll have just horrible diarrhea. Some people get IBS going the opposite way, where they get horribly constipated. Or they'll get a mixture of both. So IBS is really kind of a weird thing all on its own. But the vast, vast majority of us with fibro also have IBS. Now, since I changed to a plant-based diet, I'm not really sure how that's going to factor in with the IBS. I can tell you that so far, with the plant-based diet, with the vegetarian diet, I really haven't had many symptoms of IBS. So with this flare that's coming on, and I know it's coming on, I've been going too much, pushing too hard lately. Um, I'm kind of curious to see how the diet affects the IBS, and I will make sure and let you guys know that. Let's see. It kind of feels like you're going crazy because your cognitive abilities aren't there. Your memory starts to, things get a little fuzzy, um, and all of it comes together, and then slam, you get hit with all the pain and the just total all over body exhaustion. And, I remember before I was diagnosed, and people would tell me, oh, Renee, I get tired too. We all get tired. No, this is a, I'm sitting at a stoplight in the car, and I would just nod off, and the kids would tell me when it was a green light. That's bad. That's horrible. I was taking my son to work one time, and he was like, smart ass kids that I have, hey lady, are you going to wake up for the rest of this ride, or are you just going to sleep through? And I thought, oh my God, I literally fell asleep while driving. This is a bone deep exhaustion, like a narcolepsy type thing, where you can't force yourself through it. That's the kind of exhaustion that I'm talking about. It's devastating because there's things that you want to do, you need to do. With Ray, he said, his wife is like an angel. She does everything for him. With me, I had, younger children. And so they had to kind of grow up real quickly because I couldn't do everything that, it was hard for them because I had done everything for them growing up. I was that Betty Crocker mom that did everything, right down to homeschooling them. So they had to grow up very quickly and learn to do things for themselves. So it's, and then they're trying all these new medications, and you just feel like somebody's constantly poking you or, prodding at you, and it's like, just stop, just leave me alone, But the reality is, they have to do these things. And in order to get you on the road to, back where some semblance of what we had before. And you're going to go through that grieving process of you grieve your old life, because you never have again what you had, and you're sad about that. You can't do the things that you once did, and you're not the same person. And I know in my support group, I went over this with all of my members. I would ask them questions every day, and kind of try to boost everybody's morale. And one of the big things that I asked them was, who are you now? Who are you now versus who you were then? Because I needed all of us to get on the same page where we all, got past that grieving for our old lives. Okay? So I kind of pulled everybody kicking and screaming along, and then we all got in the same place, and I'm just starting to build them, up. And when, that's when Facebook went, you know what, we're going to need your real name. And you don't need my full name. You're not the CIA. So Facebook kicked me off. So rebuilding here, and we're going to be, bigger and better than ever. I know it. We have to be. Yeah, I'm really, really hoarse tonight. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, you grieve for what you had, what you were, what you've lost, and then you build back up to what am I now? Because you are still something now. I'm mom to, furries and slitheries and spiders, and I'm Aunt Nene to the little girl that I babysit for. Um, I'm still mom. I still have my kids. My youngest is 22 now, but and now, with the singing thing, I never thought that would ever happen. You know, it was just a weird twist of fate. And that's the thing, you know, had I let go when I was diagnosed and committed suicide, like what really crossed my mind, I wouldn't have gotten to experience any of this. And so I don't have my old life where I'm out, boxing and, doing karate and swimming, and I was very active. Um, and I was running a business, and I had my rescues here, and it, homeschooling the kids, it was chaos, and I loved it. I thrived on it. And I'm not that anymore. I don't have that, but I have a new me, and that's okay. Um, it takes you a long time to get to that point. Uh, for everyone, it's different, but you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy. Um, all of these weird things happen to our bodies, and we can't explain it to anyone else, because how do you explain to somebody that it feels like somebody poured acid in my muscles? Or, my skin feels like it's on fire, but only like little pinpricks of it. Or my joints really, really hurt, but this one, oh wait, now that one, it's in the arch of my foot. How do you explain these weird things? Or the ringing in your ears, or if you go into a grocery store, or the worst one for me is Walmart, and I don't know why. Um, but the lights, it's almost, we're so susceptible to noise and any little idiosyncrasies. Perfect example, well, back to the lights at Walmart, something about their lights will make me have dizzy spells, and I still get those in certain stores. But here the other night, when the AC was going out, I said, it. I said, does it seem warm in here to anybody else? No. And I looked at the thermostat, and it was, where it should be, about where it should be. And I thought, God, I'm going crazy. I could swear that it feels different. Well, it was like 3:30 in the morning. I woke up, and it was like 90 degrees in my house. And I was sweaty, and I was pissed. I was mad because I don't take the heat well. It makes me super, super sick. And here I am laying in bed just sweating. And I'm thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't have the money to pay for this. And I can't do, next week it's supposed to be 117 degrees here. That is horrible. But if something electronic especially is going to break or has broken and nobody else has figured it out yet, my body senses that. It picks up on it. It's a weird thing that we have with electronics. Same with my Jeep. Same with my Mustang. If something is weird, I'm the first one to notice. And everybody thinks I'm crazy, but learn to trust your gut. Because when it says something's not right, something's different, it is. Trust your gut. Even if you never did before, with this illness, we are so susceptible. I don't know if it's an energy level that things put out. I don't know what it is, but you'll know it. You'll be the first to know. One of my biggest issues is the leg kick thing, restless leg syndrome. And like, I will get out of bed and like kind of bounce up and down, go back and forth, side to side, anything to make my legs like stop. Because it's not just like a moving your legs across the bed. This isn't all over thrashing. Story time. Okay, one night, I'm in bed. The dog is laying where my chair is right now. Okay, so foot of the bed, but on the floor. He's 245 pounds. He can't jump up in my bed anymore. Um, this cat, that's like the meanest cat ever to everyone but me. Okay, he's laying like right where he is. I start kicking. My leg kicks him. He falls onto the floor, onto the dog. The dog, I hear this really loud fart, and then I hear smack. The dog, he falls on the dog, scares the dog. Beast farts. Beast is my dog's name. Beast farts, smacks his head on this desk, and then goes running out of my room. And I'm sitting in the middle of my bed, 3:30 in the morning, going, "What the fuck just happened?" My bedroom all of a sudden just like erupted into chaos in the middle of the night, you know. It's fine because that's like the most action my bedroom has seen in a very long time. But it was very, very funny. So, but yeah, it's literally kicking my legs enough to where I kicked the cat off the bed and started chaos, you know. So, um, there are some comical moments, I guess, when you look back, you know. But anyway, so any questions that you guys have about um, lupus, fibromyalgia? I'm also going to be talking a little bit about weight loss surgery because they had put me on Lyrica, was one of the drugs that they had put me on, and I'm going to lose my voice. When they put me on Lyrica and an antidepressant to calm my central nervous system down, and there was one other, I think it was like Valium or Xanax or something. And then being bedridden in so much pain and unable to exercise, I did the worst thing in the world. I would comfort eat. And pretty soon, within that year, oh, well, okay, right before I ended up bedridden, you know, my brother had passed away, who was my hero. My stepfather had passed away, who was my other hero. Um, my Rottweiler of 12 years old or 14, I can't remember. We had to have him put down because of bone cancer. I mean, oh, and two of my best friends were killed right outside of Vegas, one north of here, one south of here. And it broke me. It literally broke my body to where, you know, I thought I was fine. I thought I was maintaining, you know, homeschooling the kids, being the mom, and turns out I wasn't maintaining as well as I was fooling myself into thinking that I was. So through all of this, I'm grieving so much for everyone that I had lost. And then here I am losing part of myself as well. And I'm just eating because it's all I could do. And the next thing you know, I'm like 318, 320 pounds. Not cool, because then by that time, even if I had felt better, I couldn't have exercised like I you know, wanted to. I was just too heavy. And so I went and had the vertical sleeve done. So my stomach is about the size of an egg. And then I had complications, of course, because, you know, we can never do anything easy. Fibro patients, never, never. I didn't heal right and ended up getting horrible ulcers. So mine is even smaller. So I fit in about that much at a time. So the weight came off very quickly, and it's not pretty at all. So I keep my body well covered at all times. Um, I'm not one of these that'll go out in like a little short or, you know, short skirt. That's not me. And my reasoning is that, you know, I'm too old, but the fact, you know, of the matter is that it's ugly. It's ugly. So I don't want anybody to see that, you know. So, you know, weight gain is it's a really big thing that we have to be very, very careful of because of the medications that they put us on. But anyway, I'm just like talking your ear off now. If you have any questions, Ray, like I said, this is for you, but it's for everybody else also, so that you can kind of understand us. And when we say, like, I'm not feeling good, I really, need to go. I need to go lay down for a little bit. Do it. If they don't believe you, fuck them. Don't answer to anybody but yourself right now, because you're still learning. And if you push it too far, you will pay for that. Believe me, you will pay for that. I've done it again and again and again and again. I'm blonde. It takes me a long time to learn these things. And I guess I enjoy being in hell. I don't know. But there are things that I can't not do. My Tuesdays and Fridays, those are precious to me with, Princess Sprout. So I can't give that up, No matter how tired I am, that's one day I can't give up. Tonight I had a gig. I can't do it. My voice is going. So I'm learning. It's a learning process, and most of all, we have to learn to love ourselves again, because we feel like we're not up to par with everybody else. We can't do what they do, so we don't feel quite as good as they are. And in turn, we don't feel quite as worthy of love as other people are. So we'll work on it. I promise. We'll work on it. And Ray, thank you so much for finding me. I can't wait to get to know you better. And for all of you that are watching and learning along, because I promise you, you will either be diagnosed with fibro, or you will know someone that is, because it's 1 in 3 now. 1 in 3 people are diagnosed. So you will come into contact with someone like me. Be afraid. All right, guys, I'm going to end this, and leave your questions and comments down below. Give me a thumbs up if I'm doing a good job. If I suck, say, hey, Renee, fuck off. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.